Hey guys, what's going on? Russo here bringing you guys episode 4 of my Hardcore Ironman series. And as always guys, before we actually get into this episode, I just want to say an absolutely massive thank you to all of you for all the support that you have been showing on the series. Not only on Twitch, but YouTube as well. I know I literally lead off every single episode with that, but seriously guys, this series is doing extremely well, a lot better than I actually thought it would be doing, and you guys have been extremely supportive of everything that I've been doing, not only on YouTube here, but Twitch as well. So we actually smashed 20 likes on last video in episode 3, so if we could do that again guys, if we could even try to get 25 likes on this video, that would be absolutely incredible. So I just want to say thank you guys so much for the support, and let's go ahead and get into episode 4. So as you guys probably know from episode 3, and if you haven't watched that yet, there will be a link in the description, and there will also be a link at the end of this video too. So if you have not watched episode 3, kind of a spoiler alert here, the episode does end with us receiving 99 fire making. So we did actually finish that off at Wintertide. As you can see right here, we actually are buying our fire making cape, which looks awesome. We do have a little bit of Fashionscape as the, Hardcore Ironman right now. But what you actually saw in the first couple of clips, which I didn't actually get a chance to talk about because the introduction was, so we actually got about 900k plus cash from Wintertide when all was said and done. Now, that included all crates that we opened. That included everything we traded in as well. So that basically included every single reward that we had gotten from that minigame. So what we actually did there is we went to Witch Haven, and we went to actually go buy 200,000 feathers. Now, a lot of people always ask me when they come into the stream, how the hell did you afford 200,000 feathers? Well, we literally got enough cash from Wintertide. We went to Witch Haven, and we went there, and each feather pack is around like 2.5 GP each. The less that are in the store, the more the feather pack is, so it kind of scales that way. So a good way to do it is either wait it out, wait for the store to actually repack their feathers or restock their feathers up to 100 feather packs, or you can just keep hopping worlds and keep grabbing things. Just do be wary of you logging out. So we actually went there. I only showed you a couple of clips, but we probably sat there for a good 40 minutes buying feather packs until we were able to get 200k. Now, the reason why we bought 200k, not necessarily a specific reason, but I felt like 200k was actually going to allow us to go ahead and reach 99 fishing, because we are going to be doing a combination of trout and salmon, as you guys can see right here, and we are going to be doing a combination as well of barbarian fishing on top of that. So we will be doing leaping trout, leaping sturgeon, and leaping salmon at some point in time. This episode will kind of lead up to that. Just going to go ahead and show you guys all my cooking levels and fishing levels that I did receive this episode. So another thing I do want to mention, now we did start out fishing. I believe we got 25 fishing. We got 24 from earlier quests in the previous episodes. So we did actually start off. We got 25 fishing. Then we were talking to him in my chat and the Twitch stream, and we were all like, you know what? We should actually just be cooking the trout and salmon. We shouldn't actually, drop them. I thought I would drop them and get better fishing XP, but we're an Ironman, guys. We got to make use of every little bit of XP that we can get. And although this isn't quote-unquote efficient, it's efficient for Ironman. It's efficient for me, and this is how I want to do it. So we actually went ahead, got ourselves a good enough cooking level in order to cook the trout and salmon. Went ahead and started cooking those. So as you see, every time I fish an inventory of trout or salmon, we actually went and cooked it. There's a tree right next to the spot where we were fishing. We were fishing next to Rosalo, which is a little bit under the fishing guild, and we went there, and that's what we were doing for the entirety of the time. So in order to get an extra little about 2.5k fishing XP, we actually went ahead and completed the fishing contest quest. Now, this will be very, very important for something we will be doing on in later episodes, and I'm not going to give it away. For those of you guys who do watch the streams, you guys probably know what that is, but we're not going to be giving that away. So that actually brought us from 32 up to 33 fishing. So we're actually making a very, very, very good start to our fishing and our cooking grind. Now, for those of you guys who don't know, I believe barbarian fishing actually really gets good, and you can really start doing it when you're 58 fishing. So we actually had to come to Rosal or come to any trout and salmon spot. We just chose Rosal for a couple reasons. Originally, we were going to, we were just going to cut and drop, but we could have also sold them to Rosal, I believe. I think you can still do that as an Ironman. Please correct me if I'm wrong, guys. But we did that, but as you can see, there's always constantly fires going. There's a tree literally next to all the fishing spots, so we would just go ahead, cut the tree after an inventory, and get going with all that and cook, as you guys can see right here. So we are currently up to 31 cooking, and I believe we just got 37 fishing as well. So as of right now, our fishing level is outscaling our cooking ever so slightly, but keep in mind, guys, that's because of the quest that we did previously to get us up to 24 fishing. So but yeah, we were going to go start to do barbarian fishing once we got level 58. Obviously that would only allow us, I believe, to get leaping trout. I'm not sure if we can get leaping salmon at 58. I don't believe so, but with barbarian fishing also comes strength and agility requirements to get fish as well, so we will have to go train that skill a little bit here and there, but we will kind of get to that in later episodes. So the reason why we were choosing to do fishing, guys, is just personally, my personal belief is that I thought this was one of the best methods that we could actually do for our Hardcore Ironman. So fishing for food is obviously very, very crucial if we want to try to max. We're going to be needing food for Slayer, and yes, I understand you can actually get drops from different monsters around the game. You'll get raw food. You can cook them in that sense. But to me, fishing, especially with barbarian fishing, is really, really beneficial. Now, there's really two reasons. So if you actually get 99 fishing via barbarian fishing or leaping trout and salmon and all that method, you actually get agility XP and you actually get strength XP. So if we can somehow manage, or not somehow manage, if we manage to get 99 fishing via barbarian fishing, we'll actually end up with roughly around a 74 strength level and a 74 agility level. That's two really, really, really solid skills. I mean, 74 plus or 70 plus in general is really good levels for some of these skills, especially early on in the hardcore. So that's a little bit over 1 million XP just from fishing. So if we can utilize skills like this, utilize things like Zaya where you get crafting XP, you get mining XP, and you get rune crafting XP, I'm going to try to utilize that as much as possible. So that's really why we decided to go to barbarian fishing. I don't think it's actually part of the guide. This was just kind of my, MO and what I really want to do on this account. And I'd also really never tried barbarian fishing. Keep in mind, guys, I do come from a level 3 skilling background, so we actually couldn't do that because it obviously gives you strength XP, so we couldn't do that. We've just been doing trout and salmon on that account. We've also just been doing trout and salmon on this account too. And as you guys can see, we are definitely making some waves here. We are already 45 fishing, slowly approaching 500 total level as well. This was just the progress that I had at one of the end of my days. I believe I was up to 43 cooking. There we go. Right now we are actually going to hit 44, and once again, our fishing is still outscaling. We are at 46 fishing, but the end goal is actually to get to 58. So, but yeah, I've never done barbarian fishing. I'm very excited about it. This is just an episode of just showing a lot of my progress with fishing and cooking. So hopefully you guys are enjoying it so far. Now, I really don't know where I'm going to go after fishing. Fishing is one of those things that I do want to get to 99. So the way that I usually operate when I go through my skills is I like to go straight to 99 with skills. And I understand that with a stream and with the hardcore, that's not necessarily the most efficient method, or that's not the right way to go about things. So when I was playing on my level 3 skiller, it was slightly different, where I would just go, straight from 1 to 9. For instance, I always use this example. I was doing Zaya rune crafting. I went straight from 1 rune crafting all the way up to 99, which was a total of about 360 hours. Now, I just want to comment on the clip that you guys just saw. We did end up getting a genie. All the genies, all the books of knowledge, those 2 random events that actually give us XP, those will all be used on herb lore, even at later levels. So especially on earlier levels, because herbs is something that we've most definitely been struggling with, or herb lore in general. I mean, herbs too. We will definitely be doing that. So every single genie that we receive, every single book of knowledge we receive from the exam will be used on herb lore. So anytime I can capture that in the clips, guys, or anytime I'm able to record that, I will definitely go ahead and show you guys that. But they should all be used on herb lore. I don't have any plans whatsoever, unless I'm extremely close to a level, and that'll kind of put me over the edge. But I'm more willing to train other skills because in the long run, I think herb lore is just one of those skills that's going to be really, really difficult to actually level up in the end. So there we go, guys. Level 50 fishing, 8 more levels to go until we get to the promised land. So salmon and trout isn't too bad. We didn't actually 3-tick, so a lot of you guys might be wondering why we didn't actually 3-tick. The reason why we didn't, guys, is our catch rate is just too poor right now. If we were to actually try to 3-tick these, we'd be missing too many ticks. It's way too much cooking. You'll kind of understand. We do try to do some 3-ticking when we go to barbarian fishing, and I've actually learned how to do it very well. I'm probably going to make a video on that, a separate video, just kind of discussing 3-ticking, what I think about it, and I'm actually going to teach you guys the method that I use. I think it's a very, very good method. My stream actually helped me figure it out, and I think, key binding wise on the computer, key binding wise on the keyboard, I can actually do 3-ticking with one hand. Sounds crazy, I understand, but I will show you guys a video on how to set that up. I think it'll be really, really beneficial for everybody to do. So we did not opt to do the 3-ticking when it came to streaming. As you can see, a lot of these clips were taken from the stream as well. So we didn't want to do that because, to me, chat interaction is very, very important, and just kind of want to mail it out, especially because, to be quite honest with you guys, 99 farm mechanic winter rod, kind of intense on the hardcore, kind of intense, because if you die, that's it. So when we were doing 200 mil farm making on the level 3, we could die. We could afford to die. We could afford to look away a little bit. We could afford to play other accounts while we were doing it. When it comes to hardcore, guys, you got 1 life and that's it. So obviously when we're fishing, it doesn't really matter. You only have 1 life, but there's literally no risk of dying while you're fishing. So slightly different there. Just hit 55 fishing, and absolutely we made a lot of progress this this episode too. This is only over the course of 2 or 3 streams. So, but yeah, 57 cooking right there. So as you can see, cooking is now starting to outpace fishing. It's coming up much, much more quickly. So just want to touch upon, there's the end stats for this episode, guys. 56 fishing and 57 cooking. So that is where we are going to end it with you guys today. Thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys for the support. If we can hit 25 likes on this episode. That would be absolutely amazing, as we just hit 58 there. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you guys can give some feedback on these episodes as well, that would be very, very appreciated. And we'll see you guys next episode. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you then.